Pleasure to talk to you about this film. It's a very thrilling story to tell. So what did you find most compelling about the script?
Well, Justin and I worked on the screenplay for about 18 months. We really thought that the health spa, the wellness center, was ripe for a particular corruption, and just trying to sort of take a genre picture and say, what if we use that to sort of diagnose modern mankind, if you will.
This being for Switzerland, why was a Swiss spa a particular source of inspiration for it?
Well, we're fans of The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann, and I think there was something that Mann was dealing with at that time before the outbreak of the war, and this idea that people were sort of holding on to their illness, and to sort of splice that into a genre picture, but also use it as an opportunity to kind of evaluate. What is a contemporary fear? I think when the curtain closes, it's nice to be able to say, okay, well, that was a movie, but why is it still haunting me? And I think to achieve that, it has to resonate somehow. And I think we're in some sense of denial. I think we live in this increasingly irrational world, so we were exploring that, playing with that, and saying there's a place that. There's something pure about the Alps, about the light. Our character starts in Manhattan, and we've made that a dark place. He's kind of a corporate killer, and he's sent and sort of kind of slips out of bounds. Arrives at this place where maybe he's less in a waking state and more in a place of dreams. It's also a place that is. Very therapeutic at first, but then there's a sort of slow return to darkness. I mean, what if the cure is worse than the disease?
Where did you film in Switzerland? You spent 2 days there, and how was the view?
It was beautiful. We were just below St. Moritz. I would have loved to shoot the whole movie there. It's very expensive to shoot a movie in Switzerland. So we got in and got out as quickly as we can, but. Well, it's also, our place is kind of off the map. It's slightly a fictional world. As Lockhart approaches, his cell phone doesn't work anymore, and his watch stops, and he's kind of, slipping into kind of a dream logic, if you will. And there's just something so pristine and visual and ancient that the mountains themselves feel like. They have a point of view. They've been watching. They're all-knowing, if you will. And I think to look down at society and see the Industrial Revolution and see the advent of personal computers and cell phones, and to kind of have a point of view about what is wellness, right? What is it that is it achievement? Like, what is it that we're searching for?
How do you get better? Basically,
or just our sense that we know something's wrong, right? I mean, if we wouldn't be so easily preyed upon by, pharmaceutical company, or by, a kale milkshake, advertisement, or whatever it is, if we didn't feel like, I need that, something's wrong with me, So really kind of preying upon that idea, that fear, and trying to put a sense that there is a sickness as almost a character, There's a sense that there's something inevitable, a black spot on your X-ray, that's sort of present in every frame.
You needed quite a unique leading man for this type of story. So what made Dane so different?
Well, I've been watching him for a while, and I think he's always captivating. There's something very singular about Dane. We were writing a character who is not immediately likable. And I didn't want you to disengage, and Dane could really get underneath the character Lockhart in a way that he was very true to the character as written, because he's not kind. He's going to do whatever it takes to get ahead at the beginning of this movie, and it was very important that you would still you could accept that, but still stay with him, and I think he has that presence. And then as he begins to have doubts, we create more empathy for him throughout the process.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it takes like a very skilled actor to be able to nuance those kinds of things in a same character. And finally, what would you love audiences to take out of the film? You know, there's the horror element, there's the cinematography element, there's the messaging element. What's most important to you?
Well, I think just that it's a movie that isn't. These are more difficult to make these days. I mean, we've kind of everybody's run away from this type of movie. It's not based on a theme park ride. It's not based on a toy or a book or a video game or a superhero. It's and it's not immediately reducible. You know, it's. I remember going to movies and kind of not knowing what was going to happen. So often we go to movies now and we know about the story we're going to engage in. So for those who just want to kind of get back to remembering what it was like to go to see a genre picture, we made it for the fans.